subscribe to my channel anime_world 1803C playlist for other chapters and noble. Thank you. I am not the other. I only make your work easy so you can listen the novel while doing other works. Against the Gods Chapter 2040. ATG, Volume Number 20 Emperor of Fog C. #2040, dives to direct the glass heart. The young girl said that she who should relax secretly, the heart actually sped up the beat unexpectedly. Plop plop voice, sound almost flooded the entire soul sea. Enter world. This period of time, she had more and more clear cognition to oneself appearance. She has rejected being close of countless person, the sensation too many or crazy however or the corrupt muse line of sight. But at this moment, the first time after as she enters Fog Sea, is her life invited a man on own initiative. That strange intense feeling is extremely strange and complex. The first time of life, will always feel to be novel and disturbed, will always remember with eternal gratitude. Does not have accidental, surprise, a male face before body with astonishment looks at her, for a long time has not spoken. Hua Keli will certainly not forget, she and Yoon Chae's several meets, the Yoon Chae quick booklet body will leave each time, is one is not willing to have the happen together stance with her completely. That, because we are not a person in the world, she is the impression is more profound. By the Yoon Chae previous action, if he rejects directly, her slightest will not feel accidental, surprise. Just about to says again anything, actually sees Yoon Chae slightly nodded, good, that was indebted not abandoned. Hua Keli not minces matter own surprise, half-belt, Bring said mischievously, I also think that you will reject. Before, you ran into me to get out of the way each time immediately, making the opportunity that I expressed gratitude not have, as if my body had what fearful thing. How can? Yoon Chae shakes the head with a smile, such as the fairy elder sister so character, the life can result to meet by chance one time as greatest being honored, how to possibly make one evade it less? Previously it's just, his happy expression collects, say, way that the eye contains the profound meaning, reason I have said that we eventually are the people in two world, I knew that should not be close to you, will therefore choose to withdraw. Why will you think so? She thinks, very earnest asking. Some things, are unable to hide. Yoon Chae uses a specially tranquil language gas channel, angrily said, fairy elder sister family background, obvious noble. Initially saw in Chilin Abyss realm Hellion imperial city initially, your words and deeds made me understand, noble of your family background, was I am inconceivable surely, plain, level that is unable to touch. His intonation as if was also for lighter several points, the people in different world, should not have happening together. Grey arched above, a Hua Kingying pair of azure pupil falls in the body of Yoon Chae, suddenly becomes a dimness suddenly, an innermost feeling stabbing pain. She knows that Yoon Chae in narrating a reality brings brutally, truth that too many people are actually not willing to acknowledge. So the spoken language should be has been or undergone 10,000 heavy vicissitudes, or became aware by tattered and torn clear, lie, but should not stem from a story still less than 60-year cycle, should the ignorant frivolous person. Like Hua Keli, she at this moment or the permission knows it's stable, but is unable to understand these words' embodiment decisively the true meaning. Words that but, really must speak, we actually in a named abyss world, how also to calculate the people in same world. Resolution that the Hua Keli blinked pupil, does not approve very much, why are you willing to travel together with me now? I prepared to be rejected by you. Sevia's request is certainly irrecusable. Yoon Chae very confident reply, actually, I have thought such as fairy elder sister so character, when is outside informed and experienced certainly will have a very powerful person to protect in secret, therefore. I thought that before my making a move minds others' business. Hua Keli glances the turbulence, no wonder. Now looks like, fairy elder sister is really unexpectedly informed and experienced in the one person alone. Yoon Chae this word is well founded, after all just now, if not for he acts at the last minute thrillingly, Hua Keli must be buried under the Fan Kingzu sword. My paternal aunt said that when is informed and experienced, if the heart has to depend on, is difficult, the breakthrough is not the true experience. Therefore, the butterfly wing long eyelash flashed at the right moment. She is not good at deceiving people, obviously extremely, so long as that did not say come out behind, words that but gets an idea by Yoon Che, that does not calculate oneself deceived people. So that's how it is. Yoon Che also asked, paternal aunt. The paternal aunt is also my master, is she pushes my come out to be informed and experienced. The Hua Keli footsteps moved lightly, stand the Yoon Che body side, therefore, now starting from, we were the companion was right. Yoon Che very serious nod, good. The fairy elder sister life-saving efforts, the life is not overrated for the report. Before fairy elder sister recovers, I will do utmost to protect your completeness surely. Hua Kingying can hear, during his earnest spoken languages, has several points of sane feel alienated clearly. By the Hua Keli grace and talent and family background, anybody is close to her, in the hearts has all kinds of schemes inevitably. But Yoon Che facing Hua Keli that is close to own initiative, actually yes. This is person who receives light profound strength. Perhaps indeed on such is the record in like that bright soul cannot accommodate any secular hidden wrongdoing. Right, hasn't known, the fairy elder sister immortal name. His bright eyes is overflowing several by stages permits. The Hua Keli lied forward several steps, enabling his vision only to fall in oneself back. I called Ku Yixin. She appeared the quite unnecessary explanation with one, this is the paternal aunt to the name that I give. Quote Bang! A dull thumping sound, two divine lord initial stage abyssal beast has not approached, then had been broken in the sky, is soundless. The Yoon Che vision took a fast look around one discreetly, puts down the arm slowly. Therefore, you keep Chilin Abyss Realm, as well as participates in the Chilin God Conference, to repay that imperial family princess benevolence. Hua Keli is closely examining in his side, had not been affected by present abyssal beast the particularly vigorous interest completely suddenly. The sandstorm outside Chilin Abyss Realm is very astonishing. My that time severe wound in body, if not Hellion Crown Princess rescues, how long I have not known to bite a seal, confer Kun in the sandstorm. Yoon Che very optional is narrating, as the repayment, I then joins Hellion Imperial family temporarily, wins to enter the qualifications of Chilin God Realm for them. So that's how it is, I also think that at that time you are that Imperial family princess prince consort. Hua Keli said with a smile, Yoon Che shocked puzzled, why thinks? Because you very nearly leave. Moreover among you. Will make people think in brief, should many people think. Her leaning pupil looks at Yoon Che fully, that is the amazed look, in the foreheads concentrates one to be mischievous. Since steps into Fog Sea, her mind has never so relaxed, even, including pair of beautiful eyes, as if many myriad stars. The one person alone in Fog Sea, must mind tight at times, even if the moment pants for breath, the crisis that possibly the bitter experience raids suddenly. Each breath flickers, as if soaks us to constrain in the fearful grey moor. But some people accompany, but a person stands guard, the pressure that a person of recuperation receives far more than demultiplies. How possibly? Yoon Che is laughing in spite of trying not to, shaking the head, she expensive, noble as princess of imperial family, but I am only one wisp involved in the Chilin Abyss Realm, no rude duckweed by the sandstorm. The benevolence that if not she gives, I and her also impossible has any happening together. You, always look at well heavily the benevolence. The heart is not depressing, the Hua Keli footsteps compared were tranquilly Lida, after you enter Chilin God Realm, there sees that only legendary God Chilin with own eyes. Yoon Che shakes the head directly, on the face does not have the color of regret, no. I to entering the Chilin God Realm not interest, participate in Chilean God Conference to repay the Helian Crown Princess benevolence. After Helian imperial family enters Chilean God realm, I only keep the short several double hour then to walk come out, then left Chilean abyss realm. The surprise look covered entirely that half such as the cheeks of jade. Did you leave unexpectedly directly? That imperial family hasn't princess kept hold of you? She should not hate to put you particularly to walk is right. The Yunche smile shakes the head, helps Helian imperial family enter the qualifications of Chilean God realm. I returned the benevolence completely, the grievances too clear. I naturally do not have reason to continue to keep Chilean abyss realm. Such as you think, I have also thought she might detain with great kindness, if the rejection must hurt his heart face to face. But master teaches, as a son, may kill female's body, actually may not the wound female's heart. Therefore I have to choose to leave without saying goodbye. Such Hua Keli small head slightly crooked, is understanding Yunche's these words diligently. She has many issues to ask him, many to does not know where at once should ask. Because of his body, really has to makes her deeply feel the novel thing. Especially, he lets the paternal aunts that curious person. A long time peace, young girl suddenly leaning pupil, right young master Yun, where you come? Also why all alone outside? Family background. Yunche shakes the head, I have not come. Not, family background. Hua Keli is unable to understand, won't a person, how have the family background? For example your family, home where, your parental family member. Quote. Yunche looks at the front, I do not have the family, home in this world, parental family member who also has no. His family, home, his parents' family members not in this abyss world, but in another world. He is a character has not deceived people, but these words fall in the Hua Keli ear, is actually he by tranquilist voice, sound, is speaking in world coldest and dreariest words. Hua Keli's small head has transferred all of a sudden, in beautiful eyes the stars want suddenly broken, even, including voice, sound all of a sudden was also lighter and softer. What was? Encountered very big accident. The man in line of sight actually shakes the head again, before intonation light such as, arrives at this world, I have never had the family, home, as for the parental family member, I sees continually has not seen, but discussed the family background. The accident that you said, to others is the accident, me, actually encounters so the opportunity of accident not to have continually. Losing may be painful, but had at least once had. But this boundless abyss world, there's no place I came from, therefore there's no place I can return to. Voice, sound like Kengfeng, breeze, does not have any sentiment lightly. But falls in the young girl ear, is to make her breathe stagnates unexpectedly, the soul seems like by what serious thing is also clutched, stabbing pain that is difficult to damp. Yunche actually turned the head suddenly, faces the young girl graceful pupil light to smile, listens to be very moved. Ha, actually has nothing to me. After all arrives at this world then already so, has long been used. In his laughter, the stars in young girl pupil as if were also many several points of broken mark. Yunche actually scoffs at the sound in secret. The good heavy empathy, such disposition, endures as divine country God's daughter. The road of her experience, but too long was too long. However this to him, is certainly good, meanwhile, in his heart that doubts really. By him the news in some memories that as well as Meng Janzhou of their Chilean abyss realm learning ceases, heaven breaker divine country the name of God's daughter Keli, had at least existed for several thousand years. In his cognition these have been through repeatedly the person of number thousand years vicissitudes, all facing Corpse Mountain Guhai, but the heart does not have the slightly billows, the person of idle talk having nothing to do listens to dreary passing. Even if she protected again good, even if never before enter world, the good and evil has several thousand years of life stories. Will the cognition to the humane and survival principle, be in so the degree seriously superficially immaturely? Also possibly, I had perhaps had also perhaps. He whispered very much at will. The young girl heart has touched, asks, does that mean, were you lost the past? Yoon Che nod, I when this world wakes up, what faced as the endless darkness, as well as master that I awaken. Master told me, I should at that time was 10 years old high and low, the body and soul suffer the heavy losses, if not met master, the body dead soul has extinguished. Created soul was also rescued to recover by master, can regain consciousness, is the miracle in the world cognition. As for one's memory, has destroyed the powder completely, has not stayed behind including a trace, naturally impossible touches forever again passing. His voice, sound is light, probably is narrating a common experience. Not moved, not disappointed, not to the complaint of destiny, even passing hope of no to losing actually. Hua Keli looks at him, unconscious being startled however for a long time, dangles small head, lightly said, I have never seen my mother, my birthday, is actually mother's death anniversary. Yoon Che, father very good to be very good to me, aunt also. Everyone is very good to me, but I meet mother who regular thinking and never wears a mask, envies others to have the concern and reprimanding of mother, is always regretting own life has unredeemable incomplete. Her continued, however this experience, I witnessed innumerably have not thought in the past the gloom and pitifulness. That I look especially time helplessly several newly born babies were insufficient because of the innate aptitude, but was extinguished cruelly abandons, the qualifications of even growing did not have. The pitifulness has presently at present, the far ratio listens to criticism, human language to chat to puncture heart hundreds and thousands of times. But in this brutal abyss world, most lives has actually been accustomed to this. Also is this period of time, I gradually the cognition, my life, is luck like that. She lifts the pupil, takes a fresh look with a pupil light of comfort to him, just about to opens the mouth, then stared by Yoon Che one slanting eye, won't you be trying to comfort me? I may never feel oneself a pitiful, on the contrary. I always believe, I am in this world the luckiest person. Death trap comes back to life needless to say. This life can meet master, is the gracious gift that others 10,000 th extravagant demands do not come. Mentioned, master, 2 characters, his body was almost subconscious was straight, head slightly supine, even if under the dangerous situation never revealed that the mood double pupil welled up to the deep respect. Your master, certainly is a very extraordinary outstandingly able person. Hua Keli lowers voice, sound, discreet, has some probes to ask, his fame certainly very greatly is right. The Hua Kinging attention condenses in the body of Yoon Che immediately, is observing the change of each wisp of facial features. By divine Lord realm losses divine extinction realm, carries 5 elements strength, as well as only exists in light profound strength of record. She is curious, actually Yoon Che's masters were sacred. By her vast cognition, does not have one to be able unexpectedly with it a person. Yoon Che actually shakes the head, slow and serious say, Wei, elder sister Ku has the life-saving efforts to me, I should not conceal. It's just, master is heavy such as the day to my graciousness, but to my request is actually extremely few, one of them, then does not permit discloses his status to the outside. Hua Keli is startled, said hastily, was I says a word to overstep one's authority. In the Yoon Che surface reveals the ashamed look, hesitant to say, Wei, my master he is actually not the person of present age, even. He is not a person, but is a wisp of not losing soul. Besides me, he not happened together with present age all. Therefore, present age also never has his prestige. Saves me, is accidental, surprised that his wisp of charitable disposition concludes. I can tell elder sister Ku, only by doing so, but also please excuse me. In his voice, sound has several points of apology, lets in the Hua Keli hearts half as warm. Half th, slightly fear. She shakes the head, the instruction of master, naturally must comply with well. Your master he now. The Yunche smile is light, after master all give me, is the dissipation in the world. I henceforth one person alone enter world, unknowingly, many years. Arched spatial above, the Hua Kingying frown is pressed, between lips low Nan, primordial lost soul. Ancient times abyss, once had innumerable gods and devils to crash, with abyss dust was gradually thin, the appearance of life land, some gods and devils started to survive reluctantly, but were more, when perished, under surviving lost the soul in different ways. Remote era, common primordial lost soul was discovered, as the years shift, but are even more scarce. By the present age, is counts the 100,000 year difficultly presently it's one. If Yunche's, master, is one wisp never primordial lost soul of present world, then his body these strange, even can say that should not the ability of existence, instead have the only explanation. World easternmost, wall of primordial chaos. Before Qi Wuyao, Qianye Yinga and Shui Meiyang are built on wall of primordial chaos, the complexion is a dignity. The direction of various star realm to acoustic source direction, the surroundings by the planet fragment that the terrifying sound tide destroys, all aim at. That terrifying voice, sound some origin not planet star realm, but is wall of primordial chaos. Shui Meiyang put out a hand, losers actually crimson divine glow world needle to touch in pasting on strength of principal wall of primordial chaos. Moment, her lightly said, intact. However, even if wall of primordial chaos is wounded, will be completing the restore in the wink of an eye. Previously how, is unable to assert this position. Quote. Qianye Yinga spits the breath slowly, when with past heaven-smiting devil emperor breaks through a wall returns as almost same. Could it be that, heaven-smiting devil emperor, as well as under her these devil god? Quote. Not this possibility. The Qianye Yinga spoken language completely, had not then been overruled by Qi Wuyao, devil god of heaven smiting devil emperor under with her can exist outside primordial chaos so many years, what taken advantage is world needle primordial chaos wards off the space that outside. Finally breaks open wall of primordial chaos, similarly is the strength of world needle takes advantage. When heaven smiting devil emperor returns keeps world needle in this world. Without the universe divine power support, outside primordial chaos that asylum space crashes. Inevitably quickly, so many years pass by, heaven smiting devil emperor and subordinate numerous devil god should already the possibility of no survival. She deliberately avoided a person, that to be infiltrated outside primordial chaos Jasmine by Jozuzi. Her existence, too many or too frailly more than heaven-smiting devil emperor and numerous devil god, was almost infiltrated outside the primordial chaos instance, she had then written off directly. Even if really survives, without world needle, heaven-smiting devil emperor also not to destroy the wall of primordial chaos possibility certainly. The word of Qi Wuyao, is the fact in cognition. Qianye Yinga and Shui Meiyang are unable to propose, no matter what difference discussed. When heaven-smiting devil emperor world needle stays behind, then decided she and numerous devil god will then annihilate outside primordial chaos result quickly thoroughly. It seems like, in your heart has the answer. Qianye Yinga said. Qi Wuyao nods slightly, I attempt to search through the nirvana devil emperor cognition, similar situation, once appeared in remote ancient era repeatedly, the average 6 million years appear one time. When the reason or outside the hit of primordial chaos material, or outside primordial chaos spatial whirlpool touches wall of primordial chaos dimension engine knob that triggers. The Qianye Yinga short consideration, said, sounding, but also is as easy the explanation that makes one accept. As if other not possibilities, cannot be in the heaven-smiting devil emperor hand another world needle. Qi Wuyao transfers the pupil, no longer looks to wall of primordial chaos, now God realm all living things all sink into the terrified that abyss brings, can subside hence, is not easy, is non-renewable he to be chaotic. Her finger points, quite huge dark sound transmission profound formation unfolds before her body, this sound tide, is outside the primordial chaos material hits wall of primordial chaos to be the result, now has subsided completely, breaks without the future trouble. Vagine, as soon as possible this theory transmission from all walks of life, by the secure numerous hearts. Sound transmission profound formation receives, Chi Vuyao resolute turning round, wall of primordial chaos as outside principle the thing, even if consumes 10,000 times of thoughts still impossible to peep the slightest again. Since has sought the only possible reason, then does not need again the multi-putting self to trouble strength. Qianye Yinga and Shui Miang have not said anything. 3 females leave, but various bosom state of mind. Chi Vuyao is never person of the light under resolution. She sought possibly, was the most appropriate below reason, but the soul deep place actually the undercurrent surged throughout, for a very long time has not stopped. Is fusing the Nirvana Devil Emperor in complete memory, the Chi Vuyao cognition, dominates above present age any life by far. Was better than ancient times creation God and Devil Emperor also to break not to have possibly to destroy wall of primordial chaos. By the Nirvana Devil Emperor cognition, is capable of destroying wall of primordial chaos, only has heaven punishing ancestral sword and evil infant's wheel of myriad tribulations, as well as has extreme space divine power world needle. Heaven punishing ancestral sword from the ancient times until now traceless, world needle in the Shui Miang hand, is divine power dries up. But evil infant's wheel of myriad tribulations. Chi Vuyao breath suddenly stagnates, the thought that but immediately, that flashes suddenly was then cancelled thoroughly. Evil infant's wheel of myriad tribulations accompanies heavenly slaughter star god Jasmine to be infiltrated outside primordial chaos together. But that time evil infant's wheel of myriad tribulations has deteriorated with the primordial chaos mutation thoroughly, changes into evil infant Jasmine, although may put to death divine emperor, actually cannot compare to have more bachan of prestige of half god by far. In other words, this era evil infant, the boundary of his prestige even far inferior half god. Compared with outside primordial chaos devil god, is vast, if dust particle. Such evil infant, the impossible survival outside primordial chaos, impossible releases shakes wall of primordial chaos power sufficiently. Chi Vuyao aspirates secretly, receives strongly all different read, on the deep Yung tribulation hangs, the Yun Che one person alone crashes into the dangerous boundary, this destiny erroneous world, do not regenerate other calamities, another side, Shui Miang both hands about tight world needle, a soul see inexplicable fear tremble, just now when touches wall of primordial chaos, is world needle, trembling. Chapter 2041, #2041, Open Intrigue. Young Master Yun, your body various elements strength, is your master teaches you. Naturally. But, my paternal aunt said, the simultaneous cultivation many elements strength are one of the cultivation taboos, not only will tow the slow advancement, but also is very easy to cause profound energy to lose control, homemade profound wane. Can simultaneous cultivation need the body truly and perception dual outstanding, million profound practitioner are difficult to seek its one. Paternal aunt is very fierce person. In person who she knows, controls element strength strongest, is only the simultaneous cultivation 3 elements strength. But your simultaneous cultivation 5 types are not unexpectedly right, is 6 elements strength. In her mouth this simultaneous cultivation 3 elements strength, are one of the 4 big divine emissary. Under abyss one person, above myriad spirits, but the man in this moment line of sight, in this point dominates in divine emissary unexpectedly, is aloof above the abyss cognition. Yun Che's reply without ripples nor waves, I am also leaving master, after true enter world, gradually knows all my that master grants are such shocking everybody. Your master, Hua Keli stops the subconscious exit, to speak immediately the words, told itself to say low voice, cannot ask. Yoon Che warm correct, however smiles, but the short slightly present happy expression actually swayed inexplicably beautiful eyes of young girl, making her pupil light not be startled independently was startled. After your leave master, which places went to? She continues to ask. A lot. Yoon Che as before tranquil reply, is only sees, hears, feels same actually mostly. The desolated, grey defeat, ample the painful and ruthless offense by the person who abyss dust corrodes are also deep hidden the malicious eye. These, beliefs that you have witnessed in the experience of this period of time, then gradually cease. Hua Keli hangs small head, lightly said, outside world, compared with others, s description, as well as own imagination wants. Fearful many. This, fearful, is too various. Divine country that she is sacred land that extremely most abyss life do not dare to expect. But the world outside divine country, similarly is the wicked earth that she is not once able to imagine. You are so fierce, went to the place, certainly leaves behind very big reputation. Like Chilin Abyss realm, your frustrates numerous divine lord by divine sovereign realm cultivation base, above Hellion imperial family again rises high all big sect that health's decline, believes a long time, you can be their legend. Yoon Che actually shakes the head, said, when the master sighed, I not thinks. After enter world, I increasingly realized that my body has many and others greatly different places. For example my cultivation base by far other same realm profound practitioner, for example my control to element strength in others opinion unthinkable. However this difference, will be amazing, curiously, covets, subsequently induces various unpredictable planning and dangers. Therefore afterward, I started to go into hiding strongly my different place, later at every stop, I will change the name, the time of stay will not be long, how will also leave behind what reputation. Chilin Abyss realm, was I highest profile one time. After all under the heavy N, I pledged that Hellion crown princess must help Hellion imperial family enter Chilin god realm, naturally did not have the means such as previously to hide like that unshackled simply. He lightly in is explaining many carefully. The superficial expression, how makes people unable not to go to the recollections to be the again and again cruel brutal bitter experience, making so personality him have to the concealment physique, such as the duckweed common roaming is outside, moistening leaves. Even uses, gives Jongan in a imperial family, still retreats quietly, as before come all alone. That, are the Yoon Che two characters, your real name? Young girl very earnest asking. Naturally. Line of sight of Yoon Che her too, in the black pupil does not have the sincerity of a wee bit impurity, elder sister Ko is my severe. When the end of master instruction water dropped the spring reported that how I will deceive elder sister Ko in the name. Woo. Elder sister Ko, unconscious low small head, line of sight vertical own tip of the toe. Yes, his light profound strength such big secret exposes in her at present, for only does not make her space between eyebrows leave behind the scar, idle talk given name. Must say that life-saving efforts, he rescues oneself number of times more obviously. His absolute sincerity is so broad and level, but oneself. In her hearts floats off some shame however and not handles. Yoon Che did not seem to detected that her difference, spoke thoughtlessly to ask, elder sister Ku, should you come out informed and experienced goal, to complete the breakthrough of divine extinction realm? Hua Keli does not have nod, I indeed want to complete the breakthrough, special thinking. But the father, kisses, intimate actually teaches me not to need to act with undue haste. When I send out, gave me 2 issues. He said that if I can find these 2 issues the answers, then has not lost the trip, even it can be said that breaks through compared with realm also wants the extraordinary breakthrough. Among the slight gods, she nearly read, Father God, suddenly 2 characters. What issue? Yoon Che came the interest, said come out, perhaps I can help you find the answer. Hua Keli beautiful eyes shines, paternal aunt said, I must experience many things personally, can find these two issues the answers. Although you are very young, has the experience that I am more, perhaps will really know the answer. She narrated said, my father's issue is, in this world, what is most precious is what, most inferior inexpensive what is. Her hopeful looks at Yoon-chae, has not actually sought slightly the trace of thinking from his face, instead as only one means the difficult chuckle. Could it be that, had some people once asked your same question? Hua Keli asked. No, but I believe firmly very much their answers are anything. He is saying with a smile, moreover these two issues, are actually the same answers. The young girl is stunned, how can? This obviously is the issue that two contradict completely, how can also be the same answer? Yoon-chae stopped the footsteps at this time suddenly, this answer, was said come out with it by me directly, good that yourself sense. Moreover, will you perhaps have clearly to become aware immediately? The young girl long eyelash winks, in bright star beautiful eyes is actually vacant. Yoon-chae lifts the hand, isolates formation to launch in Hua Keli's surrounding, sits down, as far as possible hidden collects own aura, then outside releases the injured trace, normal focused healing then. Hua Keli is perplexed. Immediately you knew. Yoon-chae has not spoken, on the face tranquil brings in chest, heart understanding clearly. Hua Keli thinks, then has not closely examined again, according to the word sits down, draws in aura information, the facial features of snow sparkling stone gradually float off a weak paleness. For several days, her injury restored very slow. Obviously desirably for it, the Yoon-chae palm pushes, that huge abyss crystal again, light falling in formation. At this time the bystander looks like, young girl in an apparent formation is curing to recover by abyss crystal power auxiliary. Yoon-chae turns around, at the same time, that two wisps of aura speeds in sensation speed up suddenly, he moves ahead 2 steps, 2 persons' shadows have appeared in the line of sight. Two people most suitable fog see informed and experienced black clothes, shoulders the same wide sword, aura is close, obviously same side of the same clan. Their vision passed over gently and swiftly from Yoon-chae body fast, in the Hua Keli body temporary stay, then staring stubbornly in that abyss crystal. The pupil that simultaneously enlarges, jumps shoots as burning the pleasant surprise and greedy that the fierce desire burns. So huge, ray also so pure abyss crystal, right side male Adam's apple heavily agitation, feared that his junior master has not seen. The left side man seems to be calmer, he puts aside the vision difficultly, sweeps again to Yoon-chae and Hua Keli. Former Divine Lord Realm 3rd level aura, latter aura was cut off by formation, is unable to find out by secret inquiry, although the snow gauze obstructs the surface, but floats in you, obviously is the paleness that the severe wound loses. The Divine Lord Realm 3rd level man is safe and sound, the young girl in formation carries the severe wound. Without a doubt, cultivation base of young girl must under the man. But they, all are 5th level Divine Lord, all alerts sweep away immediately, the corners of the mouth of man are difficult to control, exit, to speak voice, sound also brings excited trembling, junior brother Liu, the big chance, is once turn us on this day finally. The language falls, he forwards gradually, has not actually grasped directly to abyss crystal information, but approaches Yoon-chae extend the hand, boy, the fog sea custom you should understand, obediently hands over. Although he is speaking to Yoon-chae, but only gives him half corner of the eye. The movement is at a moderate pace, but the corners of the mouth consistently are staying the twisting the mouth sidewise condition that is difficult to damp. Full 10 control the overall situation the hunting and killing stance. So huge abyss crystal, they see what one never saw before. But and order without fog sea of principle, anybody has harvested, under hidden that can do utmost, the opposite receives the severe wound, must cure to recover with the aid of abyss crystal power, then exposes in them at present. This is not the huge chance as anything, Yoon-chae has not revealed them to estimate alarmed and afraid, but his slanting eyes, said resolutely, can are things, why give you? Hua Kelly beautiful eyes in formation opens the front line quietly, curious watches the Yoon Chae's performance. The response outside anticipation leads two people as moves to glance at the light finally, repeatedly confirmed after Yoon Chae's profound strength aura, their looks also become despise and ponder, such as despising one to enter the fog sea ignorant idiot initially. Then, you not only does not want this abyss crystal, assigns, life does not want. Black-clothed man forwards gradually, in voice, sound recklessly brings densely. The Yoon Chae brow big wrinkle, moves sideways to protect before formation, said solemnly, what do you want to make? Observes your aura, should also be stems from correct path big sect, the fog sea meet, when gives to aid mutually. If there's to grab to murder, there's not fear to your sect wailed Chi. Yoon Chae spoke righteously, was actually causes two people nearly to spurt to smile to make noise, the right side man said, this is the idiot who where comes, feared that the first time has entered fog sea. He points at Yoon Chae, the vision despises however, boy, willow tree grandpa gives on your today a class. No matter you outside our with nobility, arrives at this fog sea, willow tree grandpa makes you die, you must die. Rubbish. Left male aura revolves, a long delay usually means many problems, you fast butchered him, other as far as possible scar. Caesar's person abyss crystal, how could not to silence a witness of crime? The language falls, his form has jumped out like the poisonous snake, grasps abyss crystal to go. Another person also responded instantaneously, smiles gloomily, the behind wide sword explodes to shoot, is rolling up and pushing along a scary storm straight Yoon Chae chest. The opposite after all is third level divine lord, when he despises, pause has not kept the hand slightly, will not allow the slight leeway, remote spatial above, Hua Kingying scoffs at the sound lightly, her story is how rich, when Yoon Chae puts out that abyss crystal, she then knows Yoon Chae to make anything. Directs the person greed, confuses cause and effect, childish acrobatics. She muttered read slowly, so simple acrobatics, perhaps are also most suitable Kelly. Against the Gods Chapter 2042. #2042, Answer. The abyss crystal extreme speed of crafty light in the pupil approaches, in a flash already within reach. Black-clothed man in the eyes excited also fierce if still essence. But at this moment, his present scene twists suddenly, does not know that from where comes, greatly to power that is unable to resist his fierce pulling to the left side. In his heart startles greatly, actually makes any response radically without enough time, the head heavily has hit on the ground, on that abyss crystal from the arm that closes apart from by a foot is only ground instantly ruthlessly treads on the ground. Meanwhile, the ear is another person of calling out in alarm. The wide sword that he wields flies to fall by far, the body had been pulled at the same time, an arm of two people appears an overlapped shape of distortion, by same only foot stepping on stubbornly on the ground. Under panic-stricken desperate, two people profound energy wells up crazily, but was unable to erupt, they such as by 10,000 mountains pressed on the body, the arm that just lifted are then pounded to return to the ground ruthlessly, the even, including head also partly fall into the earth, is unable to lift the half a point again. The two people difficult incomparable swaying from side to side head, the line of sight is only stepping on the long legs of their arm following that touches Yoon Chae that reluctantly such as the low cold eyes light of pie ephemeral fly. You, two people pupil crack, cannot believe that in any event. The present man, profound strength aura only has divine lord realm third level obviously. In report your given name and family background. The Yoon Chae opens the mouth, voice, sound is untender. Two people has not all responded, does not know that is because does not hope, has not returned to the soul in panic stricken as before completely. The Yoon Chae corners of the mouth sink, has not seen him to have what movement, two overlapped bursting sounds resound. Two people arms simultaneously collapsing suddenly, along with two similarly sad and shrill pitiful yell sounds. Near the ear pitiful yell has not made Yoon Chae have, even if changing countenance, to continue to say lightly, gives the opportunity that you replied one time again. The pressure, fear, severe pain are disintegrating the will fast. The right side man makes noise in a panic. My all, this is my junior brother Willow Jing. We comes crouches, submits Yenji the tyrant sword gate. To ask the brothers. Very good. Desolate voice, sound broke fluttering of his pain, reading is obedient, gives you a happiness, the death. Nsheng. Then was shaken the wide sword that flies by the Yun Che inspiration hand, carries ruthless killing intent then to want the bang to the head of two people. Brothers, the senior forgives. All sends out neighing strongly, his eye in others was blinded by greed, has eyes does not know the person of high skill. Asked the senior to forgive our cheap life. Under the shadow of death, his howl almost tears the throat. Passes killing intent of marrow also to resemble because of his neighing stagnates there, hangs not to fall. Yun Che turns the head, said to Hua Keli, elder sister Ku, how should these two people handle? The Yun Che's behavior makes her entire and Willow Jing is startled. This feels shocked two people is primarily this young girl unexpectedly. All cannot attend to other again, went all out to sway from side to side the neck raw to call out, fairy forgives. Another respective tyrant sword gates 3 big protect one of the sect for crouches, submits Yenji, the absolutely not evil person, asked. Absolutely not evil person. Yun Che coldly snorted, under it seems like you need me to help you recall just now that to kill people the ugly countenance of tribulation goods. No, all exclaimed hastily, as the tyrant sword disciple, even if we are in fog sea, will not excel at dying kills the evil. So abyss crystal, the entire life only sees, we are difficult to damp greedy thoughts. As for below killer, it's just, is only the spoken language threat, will not really begin. Has not heard the resolute word from young girl, in her quankson the hope increases, to continue anxiously said, the fairy bearing has the dust, how could and other dirty blood to be dyed the palm by me. After both of us leave, the entire tyrant sword gate keeps firmly in mind surely the obligation of fairy in this senior, will also decide 1,000 times of repayment in the future. Yun Che has not had the movement, but looks at Hua Keli silently. Hua Keli transfers the pupil slightly, takes back the vision immediately, lightly said, regardless how their original intention, not to have injured to our slightest eventually, asks them to leave. But, Yun Che knits the brows, resembles helpless light to sigh one, fierce withdrawing steps on the feet on their arm, killing intent also disseminates, he turns around, coldly said, hurries to roll. Two people stands up in a panic, for a while is in trance, still cannot believe that the opposite party really let off them unexpectedly. If only meets me, you have died without complete corpse. After rolling is far, do not forget is who rescued your dog's life. Near ear voice, sound makes their body shake, as if awakening from a dream, all trembling said, is. The fairy life-saving efforts, and others will remember for the rest of one's life. In the future but some instruction, will decide by the fate report. They is saying, while is probing retreat. After falling back on beside 10 steps, is holding the arm, fleeing that such a stray cur tumbles leaves. Hua Keli opens the eye, she looks at Yun Che, starts to speak but hesitates. Yun Che this act is making anything, she has become aware. Continues to stay this condition. Yun Che opens the mouth saying, should not make us wait for us too long. Hua Keli opened the mouth, has not asked anything finally. Indeed without letting them wait for us too long, less than the time of little while, an air wave that carries the strong malignant influences the extreme speed has then thrown. Boom! 3 forms fall, shakes a long fissure the fog sea land, the edge danger of fissure touches the Yun Che's tip of the toe. The Hua Keli eyelash in formation moves slightly, in hearts losing red lowly, really is this. In 3 people, all and Willow Jing establish separately about, they have one to break the arm to let fall respectively, bloodstain winding. When the face does not have again previous begs for mercy lowly to be terrified, but is a piece of fierce crazy offense. Is built on among them, is a middle-aged person who wears the black robe, a behind 9 chi, 0.33 meters, great sword, does not have the front unless, is actually releasing suffocating lofty in the silentness. Half-step divine extinction, the Yunche squint shot a look at flickered the middle-aged man. Junior Master, is they. Looks at that abyss crystal. We said that did not have the least bit to be exaggerating certainly. Middle-aged man cultivation base high to half-step divine extinction, is situated in existence of apex without a doubt. The bonus is so, his line of sight also stayed several breaths on that abyss crystal. Quiet does not know many years greedy reed such as the poisonous snake of recovery, is mixing his soul sea fiercely. His indifferent condition, coldly said, trivial third-level divine lord. Were you to plant in his hand? Junior Master, this person of cultivation base is extremely strange. Ha is all puffing saying, other source fights with us, obviously third-level divine lord, but that power, feared that endures compared with 8th level. Even 9th level divine lord, Junior Master should never be negligent. Endures to compare 8th level divine lord. The middle-aged man laughs to make noise directly, come out that, this bullshit you also arrange. Feared that by plotting, no face was acknowledged. Ha entire and Willow Jing wants to deny, actually listens to Yun Che coldly saying, there's your tyrant sword gate, repay the life-saving benevolence. Life-saving benevolence. Ha ha. Aha entire vision revolution, grin hideously makes noise, my this whole life, without seeing you such idiots, had really put us unexpectedly. Today, I give on you well a class. His palm from breaking the arm puts aside, the flood-white complexion is even more fierce, you break my arm, crosses the meeting, I tear to pieces you with this hand thoroughly. Arrived the nether world, do not forget thanks Father today on the class to you. The middle-aged man lifts the hand, stops Ha all calling out, his vision passed over gently and swiftly Yun Che, stops in Hua Keli body, where do you come? Although only one, although has not revealed the appearance, Hua Keli that faint bearing exceeds most honored realm king's daughter and imperial family that princess he always sees completely, he wants origin absolutely not common of not blind, apparent opposite party. Snot, forget it, that's all. Has not waited for the reply, or does not dare to hear the reply, he is tone one revolution, in the pupil concentrates suddenly killing intent, Nozme and others from the tyrant sword gate, you only have the dead way. Must complain, complained about your stupidities. Also knows the opposite party origin to be surely astonishing, that must eliminate a potential informant. In Fog Sea does not have the rule, but beside Fog Sea has. In Fog Sea does not begin, then by, once begins, must stamp out the source of trouble. Otherwise once divulges, damaging the famous matter is small, you never know the retaliation that lowers a fight in which both sides perish or the total destruction. That flash that does not have any loathsome, his voice, sound drops, the palm such as the eagle hook has grasped Yun Che, the 5 fingers, the space swings the continuous black mark. The bone-chilling cold wind comes, on Yun Che behind as supine, the arm partly lifts in the air, resembles suppressed as hard to move. But in the eagle hook is away from his chest front only half foot away. ... Bang. This sound moves, depressed letting Ha entire and Willow Jing 2 people instantaneously deaf, both ears only long time buzz cry. Their pupil light, from fierce transfers such as panic-stricken of falling cold deep pool fast. Their junior master plunged Yun Che's body to transfer the fierce rear spring in split second, a giant blood hole breaks open from his back, since splash everywhere broken bone. The pupil of middle-aged man changes colors completely, at present in the greyish-white world, can only catch chill thin smile that on the Yun Che face that seems does not have suddenly indistinctly. A Yun Che palm revolution, behind the middle-aged man great sword has fallen in his hand, deep blue eyes glow blooms in sword body, then pricks his body ruthlessly, flies his distant bang in a giant rumbled sound, until deeply spiked the fog sea land. Tyrant Sword Gate Chief Elder, a powerhouse who visits half-step divine extinction realm, in a flash, was passed through by own beloved sword, such as the dead dog sows on the ground. His eye pupil is being covered, the fast defocusing, in the mouth sends out the hoarse vibrato, half God. By his cultivation base, facing half God, is insufficient, the twinkling dead boundary even again. But pitifully, carries half-step divine extinction realm cultivation base, how can also the scraps, condescend in have the alert to third level divine lord? His making a move revolved 6 force components, has left no ground. But Yunche, is actually split second erupts the full power, making his regret the opportunity not have, then certainly vitality. Remote spatial above, in Hua Kingying pupil steep presently different glow. Previous one flickers without the mighty waves, next instant can erupt to so the degree. So the profound strength control of degree, could it be that? He has over 8 points godship unexpectedly. Question mark. Thinks and his many different places again, Hua Kingying has not felt unexpectedly slightly surprise. Master, Junior Master, her entire and Willow Jingdu, if shakes chaff, the both legs tremble, has the possibility anytime weak in the place. Tread, their corner of the eye person's shadows in a flash, Yunche stands their body sides, on the face not did not have the anger happily, even taunted does not have. This split second, 2 people such as was bitten the heart by the poisonous snake, cries out strangely, after nearly completely same stance paralysis in place. They look deathly pale like the paper, on lower lip fast opens closed, actually cannot send out a pronunciation obstinately, only has fluttering that the tooth touches. Yunche looked at Hua Keli one, has not inquired her opinion again, but as extend the hand comes, ice glow plunders within, has easily changed into the ice sculpture. Also silent to disperse divine lord of 2 completely broken gallbladders, changes to endless fine powder, not presently half silk blood stain. Before arriving at formation, Yunche leisure received abyss crystal, asked, now, found the answer. Hua Keli stands up, ponders over some little time, said weakly, could it be that? The benevolence. Yunche smile, yes, but is not. Has not made Hua Keli guess again, he said directly, your father gives in your issue, world to be most precious, as well as most inferior inexpensive, their answers are, friendship. Sentiment, the righteousness. Hua Keli pronounced unstressed these 2 as very obviously common simply, let she at this moment somewhat confused phrase. Yunche side pupil, slowly said, benevolence is a friendship, some people regarding such as day, fresh tasting spring water, wishing one could report by sea. But some people, such as you see, you give him the life-saving efforts, he actually must laugh at you to be stupid, must seize your life backhandedly. Hua Keli, kinship is a friendship. Some people regard it to exceed oneself life, for it death, but thousand sweet when young. But when some people, bloodline is close, is useful the tree is a tool, one is useless when abandoning such as RLV, envious hatred killing such as worthless. Trust is a friendship. Some people are willing to lean oneself to pay, is rather die than innocent. But some people, can actually benefit it are the edges, counter-thorn its. Also master and disciple friendship, many of revered master for father, life tall Jing. Also many people bully Master Mizu, kills Master Zheng to say. The sentiment of also good friend, the sentiment of same side. The sentiment of men and women, also. Hua Keli earnest is listening, for a long time, lightly said, these, actually I understand, it's just. Today this matter, should you encounter more than once. Yunche said suddenly, Hua Keli is startled, small head let fall a point, yes. Yunche continued, that, if today, after you let go them, they bring, is person who we could not deal with. You guess, what kind of fate we can be. Whether they can such as you be so benevolent. I know. Hua Kelly closed the eye, voice, sound lowered several points, but they after all are not abyssal beast, but as the living person. They have the parental wife and children, must be able to grow in the fierce competition layer upon layer. Encounters until now each time, I can always think, if they wailed heart, rather than the true big wicked person. Is not then able to put to death seriously for a while. She said gently, paternal aunt often said, is simply minded friendly, but is simple-minded. But I, long breathing a sigh of relief, her beautiful eyes opens, resembling is said to oneself, doesn't matter, my informed and experienced time was still shallow, association will. Little growth. Yoon Che actually looks at her, especially earnest shaking the head of, will save the common people to regard as the good of glory and own duty from one, extinguishes myriad lives to burying that can be without turning a hair, indeed needs to grow. Process of this growth, but very painful, unable to imagine the possible pain to you. However you, do not need. I believe that your father, your paternal aunt is also guiding you clearer seeing clearly human nature to your instruction, rather than makes your growth, to such as may so indifferent brutal. They certainly wants you consistently to maintain the present so happily to the pure heart. Facing Hua Kelly that full as being astonished eyes, he seems the say, way of profound meaning, growth, is the thorn that mortal must visit. But you, only needed to mount have built the good stage for you, overlooked this world myriad spirits with even more insightful eyes than Hua King Ying. She is unable being astonished not again, being astonished this unexpectedly is a person of age of half 60-year cycle speaks the come out words. Against the Gods chapter 2043. #2043, Abyssal Ghost. Yoon Che, experienced, the instruction, making Hua Kelly be startled really for a long time, resembled his understanding and digesting his spoken language diligently. But after being silent, resounds as actually one particularly clear spirit delightful, poochie, sound. Yoon Che did not put out a hand according to the tip of the nose voluntarily, I said. Has very funny place. No. Hua Kelly covers the lip hastily, but the happy expression has not vanished, is only your appearances, these words that also spoke, is simply same as my father. Yoon Che, you're so obviously young. Hua Kelly corner of the eye warpage, these words that, you spoke, I remembered firmly. However, I do not have the means to approve. Which? You said yourself indifferently brutal. In her faint smile brings the irrefutable earnestness, although my story is very shallow, has contacted the person should not have you to be many, but a little I believe firmly very much, you certainly are not the indifferent brutal person. On the contrary, during you are my time are informed and experienced have seen, best person. Yoon Che just about to opens the mouth, then already by Hua Kelly anxious interruption, first leaves urgently was denying. We on that day that Chilin Abyss realm meets initially, I am not acquainted, you actually resolute makes a move to rescue. Chilin Abyss realm that Hellion princess has the end to you help entire Hellion imperial family enter the qualifications of Chilin god realm, but also captured for them lost actually for a long time dignity. Regarding me, is your saves may obviously more multiple, read throughout as owing me the benevolence, wished one could 10 times of coming back. Also complied to travel together this excessive request with me. Therefore, you, is not only not indifferent brutal, instead as I have seen, heaviest friendship person. The Yoon Che opens the mouth, has not made noise with enough time, was broken by Hua Kelly once again, there is still one ironclad proof. Your light profound strength. She looks at Yoon Che, the beautiful eyes starlight ripples, although, I had never seen light profound strength before. But all profound practitioner know, person who has light profound strength is so rare, because of carrying, sustaining light profound strength, needs the body into the pure ultimate good mind of sacred Wugo, stainless. However such person, such young master Yoon, can only be this world, is right from, indifferent brutal the most remote person. The eyes of young girl were extremely clear, making him put aside the pupil light, lost says with a smile, so-called light profound strength special characteristics, merely is only rumor forget it, that's all. You only said that my heavy friendship, you may still remember, on Chilean God conference, I pressed the opponent recklessly, the method is brutal, without the least bit is forgiving. Said just now, I killed their 3 people, is the brow tip has not even moved. Or, you can go ahead and guess, my life has killed many people. Quote. The Yoon Che words have not made Hua Kelly expose the slight confusedness or the astonishment, but shaking the head slowly, the smile of space between eyebrows even more is sweet. My father had said that the look and natural talent of person innate are doomed, is unable to change. But, regardless these may not the thing of change, be able to achieve heavy sentiment abhor evil, the pleased love and hate, are in 10,000 do not have one, has no qualms the life. To the enemy to break oneself easy, to help. Her benevolently wickedly is pronouncing unstressed to the evil person, then blinked I, before, only thought that fathers these instruction talk incessantly very much senselessly, but meets young Master Yoon, words that father these should forget, suddenly all of a sudden becomes very clear. Her father, is one of the 6 country 7 gods. Can the compatibility his word of praise, be the approval of present age highest plane, level? Good. Yoon Che 1 and a half are helpless. Half th, feeling extremely flattered condition, since elder sister Ku said that will definitely not have the mistake, I later can say everywhere was the good person. Of course, emphasized, she did not forget one, also must thank young Master Yoon to help me find the answer, otherwise depending on me, process for many years definitely unable to think again. Invisible, among 2 people was short of some distances, were many little warm light. No wonder, you must expose light profound strength on own initiative. Voice, sound resounding of suddenly Lee Suo. Builds up the trust, to pull closer the distance through the driving exposed huge secret instead as next, most importantly, is awakens the opposite party, cognition. Right. Yoon Che at a moderate pace returning said, I once sighed more than once, the cognition that saves firmly may be called the most terrible thing in certain aspects. You looked, say, way that he is pleased, stemming from, light profound strength, the cognition, she has then recognized me in the lowest level cognition to the person of pure ultimate good. Confessed brutally including me, even if witnessed my oppressing opponent, the murder was brutal, she will find reason that denied for me. Oh, the ironclad proof. Despicable. Lee Suo comments. Yoon Che indifferent smiling, meets her moment in my fog sea, is the despicable start. Lee Suo, but, you seem to be failed. Failure. The Yoon Che brow tip moves, how to say. Lee Suo said slowly, your original intention, must be makes her have the sentiment of men and women to you. But she just now has the word, your stance likely her father. Also so, how to have the sentiment of men and women. This you do not understand. Yoon Che however said leisurely, shallow of her gaining experience of the world, obvious. So, her life contacts many, most worships, according to the respect, image biggest man who can imagine, without a doubt as her father. She and my conversation, always mentions, father, unknowingly 2 characters. These words that therefore, she spoke thoughtlessly, was the image me and his father's approaches in the subconscious, this was not only not the failure, instead was being intimate with, trust even some shifts of worship, was the good condition. Quote. Lee Suo is unable to understand, had nothing to say in reply. Oh, I forgot. Yoon Che suddenly, you do not have the parents, the nature difficult solution. Quote. Lee Suo no longer spoke. At this moment, extremely not normal abyss dust fluctuates from the rear area transmits. Yoon Che turns around rapidly, Hua Kelly also exudes one startled to recite, looks quickly. Ah, could it be that is The line of sight institute, that was just now passed through the nail place by a Yun-Che sword, internal chi already the middle-aged man unexpectedly whole body grey fog winding certainly, surrounding abyss dust such as by the invisible strength hauling, was rushed to his corpse crazily. But this body of no vitality does not have to be swallowed by abyss dust, but as little becomes jet black. Also, ascends unexpectedly slowly berserk chill profound energy. Squeak. The body under grey fog moved, the both legs are supporting by the body that the great sword passes through, stood slowly. His whole body is nervous and troubled the encirclement, face that can identify indistinctly greyish-white like corpse. But an eye, amidst 2 points to be approximate in abyssal beast terrifying black glow impressively. Should with the body death, but eternal quiet profound strength, ascends in his body, but compared with him before death berserk. Deep pool, ghost, Hua Keli light moan makes noise. Will be changed into abyssal beast by profound beast of abyss dust corrosion completely. But by person of abyss dust completely corrosion, will then change into abyssal ghost. But, profound beast was corroded, must become abyssal beast. But the person was corroded, then from the heavy losses to the death, after dying, was destroyed the nihility. To change into abyssal ghost, in 10,000 does not have one. As for what situation, the person will be corroded abyssal ghost by abyss dust. Or has the guess as constitution is special, before being bitten extinguishes as the abyss dust disassimilation. Having or the guess as divine soul is special, with the abyss dust assimilation, has wide divided opinions, but still does not have the conclusion. In Yun-Che pupil steep presently different glow, enters fog see this period of time, he encounters abyssal beast to be innumerable, sees abyssal ghost occasionally. But the first time, he witnessed a death profound practitioner to become abyssal ghost by the disassimilation. Abyssal ghost both hands of new life hold the sword hilt, draws out from the body it, splashes, is such as the blood of abyssal beast common swarth. Pair of terrifying deep pool straight thrust Yun-Che and Hua Keli. Also, he sends out does not belong to human shouts ferociously, the hand brandishes great sword straight to people. Abyssal ghost and abyssal beast are ordinary, have the purest destruction desire. But what is different from abyssal beast, they were also being retained by the body of abyss to the instinct of control and fight of power, is having endless abyss dust fog see, their wound fast self-recoveries, power will never dry up, must compared with abyssal beast, before death fearful many. The great sword wields sword might sword intent that carries, is not inferior before death, and holds to in the abyss dust in addition berserk. Hua Keli light, was flickered to drive back several feet. Yun-Che welcomed on, Hades opened, the palm did not evade grasping that drew back above the great sword. An acoustic shock cry, the abyssal ghost both hands arm was shaken by simultaneously, the body of grey fog winding was also shaken in the sky turns. Yun-Che brandishes the sword backhandedly, pounds in the body of abyssal ghost ruthlessly. Ruambal, each bang of strength of half-god falls, will pound the distortion the body of abyssal ghost. When the seventh sword bang falls, the body of abyssal ghost is finally difficult to support, succeeds in giving up several sections in the sky broken. Yun-Che treads the previous step, the body of abyssal ghost under the strength of cover ice phoenix, will be suddenly broken covers seal fast, then becomes everywhere ice dust broken. Ices around the dust, the rich grey fog ascension scatters in all directions continuously, then melts in endless fog sea quickly. The Yun-Che palm puts down slowly, the vision follows the grey fog that is scattering in all directions continuously throughout. Frightens me to jump. Hua Keli walked fast, but on the jade face actually full as surprise and excited. I saw that for the first time some people are turning into abyssal ghost at present. I am also. Yun-Che nod, also his unexpected harvest. The distant place transmits abyssal beast the sound of shouting, obviously was just now alarmed by the giant sound. We first leave here, 2 people restrains aura, 2 has not had the direction that shouts the sound goes. When formed by deep pool fog completely engulfed, Yunche looks back silently, shoots a look at the position that abyssal ghost was previously. Why your soul sea surges so fierce? Li Suo said suddenly. In Qilin God realm sees God Qilin, his soul not turbulent so fierce. I as if, discovered any serious thing. Yunche narrowed the pupil, does not know that is thinking anything, but also requires the time to confirm. Quote dot 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 dot. After 10 days, fog sea surrounding. Quote dot 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 dot. I am unable like you that tranquil facing the death of life, was very spiritless. It is not. Is your natural disposition is pure good, because also you previously saw all other happiness in world, was unable to see these also to want the brutal pitifulness compared with the death. Pitiful. Hua Keli thought some little time, very puzzled asking compared with the death also wanted brutally, what pitifulness will have, can dying is more brutal than. For several days, she asked too many questions to Yunche. Amo. Yunche looks at the front, is replying with tranquil voice, sound, for example. Is bursting for the ashes native land at present. Quote quote. Love that forever will lose. Late to the truth that arriving is unable to regret. Quote quote. It is not able to choose desperate. Trust filthy heart, to the poisonous word and wound of person of sincere heart. Many, relatively speaking, frightened and pained that the death flickered, sometimes even was an extrication that made one earnestly seek. Hua Keli snowy hand unconscious according to chest. Then obviously the light words, make her have a sad sensation of asphyxia. At present does not flash through the father, paternal aunt, heaven breaker divine country. She to shake small head voluntarily, said, I had not thought these before, now. Cannot think, single hear you spoke these words, feels fearful. Whoever encounters its one, is quite pitiful. Yunche smiles, said, felt relieved. If you so happy person, definitely has heaven's way to bless. Your nearby is close, will certainly not make the pitifulness of this mortal world contaminate your slightest. She transferred the pupil to look at Yunche some little time, full was earnest asking, really quite strange. Your age half 60-year cycle, why actually has also known and experienced so many things obviously. Travels for pleasure various world the innumerable seniors to be the same with these simply. Probably is because my experience is quite special. And, his voice, sound stops, hesitant some little time, as if got down finally decided, elder sister Ku, actually. My age, is not half 60-year cycle, The Hua Keli eye splits is astonished, but, on Qilin God conference, I sees with one's own eyes your detected skeletal age is half 60-year cycle many. Yunche stopped the footsteps, did not survey the profound tablet to have the problem, it surveyed, was the skeletal age of person. But language, his body flashes the blue light suddenly, behind appears huge azure dragon spectre slowly. Along with one trim space instantaneous sealed dark green ancient dragon prestige. Hua Keli startled recited, backing up small half step, opened beautiful eyes close as appearing in Yunche overlapped dragon shadow. Yunche shows a faint smile, the arm dangles, dragon shadow dragon prestige also dissipates, my body has dragon marrow and dragon soul that master grants, therefore, my flesh and blood inevitably an average man has different. Used to survey the skeletal age of person profound tablet naturally unable to detect my accurate age. I had previously said that when master saves me, I only have 10 years old of age probably. After that has crossed for more than 100 years. Therefore my real age, should be 260-year cycle. Looks at powder lip half, Hua Keli that surprise has not shed, he looks the ashamed say, way however, dragon marrow and dragon soul are also the secrets that the master urging cannot the manner be known, therefore concealed elder sister Ku is so long. If elder sister Ku vitality, angry, whatever punishes. Compares in surprise of Hua Keli, the remote spatial above Hua Kingying soul shakes such as the 10,000 mountains avalanche, by the Hua Keli story, is unable to distinguish Yun Che's dragon soul to have the what difference place. But Hua Kingying what kind of story? Dragon god, her red lowly, later voice, sound brings the incredible astonishment, ancestor, dragon, on. Against the Gods chapter 2044. 2044, Sword Heart Turbulence. Dragon clan is the beast clan that Abyss only saves, depends upon powerful dragon god bloodline to resist since the corrosion of Abyss dust tenaciously. Abyss dragon clan takes Zulong as to revere, but these strongest Zulong aura, Hua Kingying is all familiar. When Yun Che's dragon breath dragon soul appears, her naturally shock extremely. One after another unusual condition of unique cognition presence in Yun Che body, to at this moment, by plane level that Hua Kingying was, actually does not dare to imagine granted him all these, master, is where sacred. Or as how powerful primordial lost soul, when, 10 years old, more than 100 years of past, these phrases entered in the ear, the Hua Kingying brow tip moved slightly. Simultaneously the compatibility age and time made her think of a person instantaneously, as well as a past that turbulence vast divine country important matter. But this thought is only the moment, and being insufficient makes her really go into seriously. Unexpectedly, Hua Keli used some little time, to collect surprise between hearts finally, her voice, sound urgently said, how I will blame you. This is your secret, cannot with me say that. Cannot make anybody know, will otherwise possibly bring in the uncertain danger. Hua Keli has not blamed, instead is concerned, this lets the Yun Che obvious manner relaxation, elder sister Ku felt relieved, I am never willing to violate the urging of master. Light profound strength is also good, dragon soul is also good, from my enter world until now, has only exposed in front of elder sister Ku. This trust not only alone as, and has nothing first sets at the condition, even is concerned the Yun Che's destiny safety directly. Hua Keli, even if gains experience of the world again shallowly, understands this trust preciously to what degree completely. The heartstrings were touched once again, is still strange, actually in previously any was different time. She is almost the subconscious exit, to speak asks, why will you? Believe me, Yun Che is startled there, on the face even appears one to be confused, why as if he himself does not know. His lip angle very light moving, probably, this is master had said, being able not help. Quote. Hua Keli opened the lips, in the pupil ripples the ripples that she is not detecting. The light moan exit, to speak, Yun Che detected immediately improper, hastily body half revolution, rapid and stiff branch words, mentioned the age, I had not known elder sister Ku your age. Cannot ask. Response unexpected fears of Hua Keli, she has left the cheeks directly, why you? Your master definitely teaches you to inquire the age of female as the disrespectful behavior, in brief, you shouted that the tune. Elder sister was right. Her stance arrogant and pampered, but under examining carefully, her beside the ear slightly wine sunset glow. Good. This responded that many are somewhat unexpected, but Yun Che accepted hastily, lifts the hand to guarantee saying, I ensure no longer asked certainly. Right side has 3 abyssal beast to approach. I come. Resembles happen to seizes the chance to get rid of this to make in her hearts the embarrassed atmosphere, a Hua Keli form revolution, glass cloud sword carry the jade light to depart, light mark dazzling, actually mysterious has not brought the slight sound air splitting. Ding, light to hardly perceptible slightly cry, abyssal beast that two have not approached had been cut to breaks under the voice, sound complementing that the body falls to the ground to be particularly ear-spitting. The sword light circulation flies back, has not touched the third abyssal beast slightest. But in jade white sword blade light and lively floating returns to Hua Keli back, that only abyssal beast breaks unexpectedly in the sky 10 several, the place of break levels like the mirror. Abyssal beast sends out without enough time any shouts, then has scattered in all directions to fall, changes to makes the dissemination abyss dust. Clearly became aware to fold the day first sword time from Hua Keli is still short, but her advancement strange quick, drew close in more and more silent and visible. In fog sea, the slightly big sound then may bring in the crisis, this undoubtedly also becomes Hua Keli currently place of the most suitable cultivation. She has been thinking, if can fold the day first sword to cultivate, repair before the informed and experienced conclusion to small accomplishment, decides will make his father god be startled. Quite fierce. The Hua Keli ear resounds Yun Che's one to sigh lightly, his vision the position that dissipated from abyssal beast aura returns, falls on her behind glass cloud sword, elder sister Ku, I have been very curious, what your cultivation is which sword path. Sword might sword intent that your sword releases, as if not only can span the space, will also deceive. Or to twist the sensation. Surprised that the Yun Che whole face is difficult to cover, I also cultivated, repaired the sword, master had once explained many sword path for me, but not elder sister Ku so mysterious boundary. The Hua Keli lip moves, for a while does not know how should respond. Gives Yun Che that she not trusts reserved facing again and again, her deceiving, will bring layer upon layer the deep shame without doubt. But if said, breaking heaven sword, 3 characters, her status will then possibly expose. This is sword secret art that, my family cultivates alone, indeed will have to be at variance with other sword path. Hua Keli can only reply, I also slightly become, they also misses from the father and paternal aunt is quite well far. Yun Che has not closely examined again, his eyes partly narrows the eyes slowly, pondered then said, spans the space, twists the sensation, executes the enemy not to handle without interest. So sword intent, letting the person is unable is not charmed. Does not know that my sword, whether can also peep its access. Hua Keli shakes the head hastily, fears him above disciple taking the trouble strength, so sword intent that needs many to have a familiar task and handle it with ease is completely the support, takes special sword secret art as to direct, is not the common cultivation and comprehends can touch. The language falls, she actually discovered that Yun Che has closed the eye unexpectedly, was unresponsive to her words. His arm lifts, does not know heaven smiting devil slayer sword when presence is releasing bright red divine light. The Hua Keli jade handles gently lifts, but sees he so appearance with rapt attention, has not prevented finally. Moment, the Yun Che brow tip moves, the sword blade trembles, sword intent releases steep. Bang! The sensation, sword might plunders beside 100 feet with sword intent, erupts. And sensation beside 100 feet does not have the deviation. Hua Keli wants to advise again, actually discovered that Yun Che to close both eyes with rapt attention, as if has gotten sucked once again rigid. She can only helpless flat lip angle, to cultivate, repair breaking heaven sword, must first cultivate, repair to ask sky sword, draw sky sword, governing sky sword, after to big accomplishment, has the qualifications to comprehend breaking heaven sword. But also merely is only the qualifications. To touch the breaking heaven sword intent truly, extremely when high natural talent and perception, but also needs the giant chance. Rests, 2 breaths, 10 breaths, Yun Che opens the eye suddenly, heaven smiting devil slayer sword shakes again lightly, sword intent circulation. Bang, in the sensation, sword intent of one contraction covers the front 3 zhang, 3.33 meters. But, sword might rumbled, is actually the eruption in the sky that 3 zhang, 3.33 meters, are apart from. Sword might is really small, destroys the stone insufficient, is actually startled the Hua Keli beautiful eye circle to stare, thorough delay. The remote spatial above Hua Kingying scud sways, the foot falls sharp the second half-inch, nearly aura overflow. Who, Yoon Che aspirates gently, said, somewhat is indeed difficult. Elder sister Ku, what is up? The beautiful eye that the circle stares such as the full moons of 2 rounds no longer parsimonious multicolored sunlight, are pasting this mortal world beautiful and pure peak. So the stance appear in heaven breaker God's daughter body, as if some quiet breaches of etiquette. Also crossed counted breaths, heaven breaker God's daughter from the shock of her cognition disintegration returned to the soul in finally sufficiently, her flowery lips opened and closed several times, like that the difficult say, way, how you are you, achieve. At the same time, Hua Kingying is also light moon, how possibly so? Quote. Although, that very reluctantly, very weakly is very light, definitely is unable to be used in wisp of sword intent of actual combat. Actually is the flash clear breaking heaven sword intent. Heaven breaker divine country present age God venerate Hua Fachan, cultivates the sword 400 years of side enlightenment first wisp of breaking heaven sword intent. Sword path natural talent above Hua Fachan, has, sword immortal, Hua Kingying of name, used for 77 years. Heaven breaker divine country history's first has the perfect godship, is in the Hua Kingying mouth has historical highest sword path natural talent Hua Keli, used for 9 years. But this 9 years, will certainly shaking the old and illuminating the new, keep in mind eternally the miracle of heaven breaker divine country history. But Yoon Che, the person of his non-heaven breaker divine country, had not asked that sky sword, draw sky sword, governing sky sword are bases, impossible touches the breaking heaven sword secret art. Unexpectedly, Hua Kingying never so cannot believe own sensation. Is the first time, she proudest, most familiar, almost with the life without a gap merged sword path cognition, has produced arrived at sufficiently the turbulence of spread fissure fiercely. Regarding Hua Keli such shock condition, Yoon Che also at the right moment performance surprise, this, probably is not too difficult. Elder sister Ku, what strange place am I, have. Isn't, is too difficult. Very much Hua Keli makes an effort shook small head, for a while somewhat speaks incoherently, but you are not, you do not have the cultivation. You not to have sword secret art, how possibly? How possibly can? Sword secret art. Yoon Che shakes the head, his pupil light is bright, earnestly said, my master never teaches me sword secret art, never makes me cultivate, repair any sword secret art. Lee Suo, Hua Kingying, what is? Hua Keli brings the endless confusedness, subconscious asking. Yoon Che replied, Master said, sword secret art all dies, but sword intent is to live. Sword secret art that if dead actuates sword intent, wields, only has the deathly stiff sword. But, if no sword secret art, how to spread out sword intent? How also to cultivate, repair the sword? Hua Keli muttered. The Yoon Che arm lifts, heaven smiting sword flashes the glimmer again, sword intent, by having, is lived by the body, is lived by the sword, but does not need to live by sword secret art. Quote. This sword path theory, Hua Keli never hears. Let alone Hua Keli, sword immortal Hua Kingying also hears something never heard of before. After all, is Yoon Che makes up wild stories, the soul see deep place, Lee Suo spits the breath spookily. She understands why finally Yoon Che previously wanted her to inform the breaking heaven sword secret art. Really is a despicable method, but Hua Keli that extremely great response, without doubt also shows him to work how successful. Facing not only has not dispelled doubt, instead even more delay vacant Hua Keli, Yoon Che also explained, my master gives sword path indeed quite strange, I also comprehended for many years to have clearly to become aware slightly. Touches compatibility that master said after reluctantly, the boundary, I can after spying on sensation others executed sword intent, is aloof sword base sword secret art that it's needed, Compatibility executes in own sword heart and sword body, sword body. Just now is so. Hua Keli is unable to understand, felt like that as if is extremely as deep as a well, is unable to touch to oneself profound. If others said that same, she establishes the capital city will not hear. But just now, she in this close distance, witnessed Yun Che to release that wisp of breaking heaven's sword intent. I usually the sword of using, all starts greatly gathers greatly, as one desires, is never sword secret art ties up at will. Yun Che continued, elder sister who cultivates sword intent to be wrapped in a shroud of obscurity, making one praise to the heavens, but does not suit me obviously, is more suitable elder sister who so lightly such as the female of immortal. He clouds the poor business conditions to be light, free and easy enjoyable, did not attend to opposite young girl sword heart cracking quite the same as. Purifies the mind. Near the ear of Hua Keli, resounds Hua Kingying voice, sound suddenly. If the jade falls the ice spring, the Hua Keli soul see in pupil light instantaneously become bright. He is the strange people, sword path her different is also him alone, cannot, therefore vacillates and questions own sword heart. The God sound enters the soul, is scattering Hua Keli fast all different read, but is unable to disperse her decisively to the surprise that Yun Che superimposes time and time again.